to worry about it. We got access. All right, so we are recording. Welcome to Lake Balboa Neighborhood Council Outreach Committee meeting. It is Thursday, February 25th, and we have on the meeting, we have our Neighborhood Council President, Linda Gravani. We have Linda Schwering. We have Danica Middleton, our secretary, and we have myself, Jeremy Pisanik, Outreach Chair and Communications Officer. All right. So welcome everyone. And it does not look like we currently have any guests on. That is okay. I was going to do the approval of the minutes from previous month, but we currently, as of yet, do not have quorum. And so I am going to table that down the list once Alan is on, which hopefully he will be on shortly, where we can vote on that. Onward. Public comment. Does anyone have anything they need to share that is not on the agenda?
I don't.
Linda Schwering.
Oh, never mind. It's on the agenda.
Linda Schwering, go ahead. You're muted.
Okay, from the last outreach meeting, there was just brief talk about the potential for maybe having in-person meetings at Park Tom Riley. Tom and I have talked. He's had some positive input from the manager over there. And although in-person meetings for Lake Balboa does not seem to be on our local horizon, we will be contacting them when it gets close to time to get more information and then bring it back to Lake Balboa.
Absolutely.
Hey, Linda, I'm sorry, you glitched out. So what's the name of the building for the in-person meetings, just for the minutes?
Well, this is an inquiry for a potential, and it's at the airport. It's
Okay, you're just saying at the airport. Okay.
Park VNY.
Park VNY.
Park VNY, the big, huge building on Balboa.
Okay.
So that's a follow-up for later on when we get closer to in-person meetings.
Thank you. There is somebody that is calling in that had their hand raised, and I'm wondering if that's Alan or someone else. Who's on the call? You're unmuted. And now you're muted again. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll figure out what that is momentarily. Again, we are doing any public comment. And again, we can't really actually discuss any of these things, but they are important. Anything else that anybody needs to share that would be in the public comment category? Okay, moving onward. I don't know who's on that call. If it is Alan, I'm so sorry. We can't seem to hear you, and I'm not sure what's going on. But the next thing we were going to cover is discussion of the welcome letters. We have two welcome letters. One is the current one that we use for residences. However, as it is currently, I think we're backlogged where we haven't been sending out the welcome letters recently, from what I understand. And we need to make sure that they are are getting out. I think in the last discussion, we were trying to vote on, I think at the last committee meeting, we voted on whether we could get our youth chair or our youth representative to be able to send out those welcome letters. But this would be a good time for us to discuss where we're at with that, or if anybody has any new information. If anybody has any specifics, does anybody know any information on currently on the residential letter?
The only thing I would have is a possible update or an adjustment, but since we don't have quorum, I don't know, are we just talking or what?
Yeah.
Just so you're aware, I just called Alan. He can't get on the Zoom, but he's going to call in, and that is not Alan on the phone that we've got
Okay.
here. Call-in user number 1 is not Alan.
That's
but
not Alan.
Will be calling in momentarily.
Okay. Since it is public comment, I'm clicking to ask if caller 1 there, you could unmute. You are free to speak, and looks like you're unmuted now.
Well, are you saying these welcome letters to homeless people? I'm a little confused why you would send welcome letters to the homeless. This is just not appropriate. Why are we sending welcome letters to homeless people? Where do you send them?
I don't understand.
Well, unfortunately, this is public comment, so we can't discuss that. But I appreciate your comment, and we'll take note. In regards to, well, actually, since it is on the agenda, I guess we can say this. The welcome letter goes out to people that move in to Lake Balboa that are homeowners typically. And so once they show up, that they're homeowners, they get that letter. There's no way for us to send out this letter to anyone but in that list. So I don't know that we would, anybody else would get it. And as far as I know, Linda, correct me if I'm wrong, the people that are getting this, that it's only homeowners, correct?
That's the only way we have their names and addresses is when they purchase real estate. So that's coming from the real estate rolls.
So even renters aren't getting this letter, only
no,
homeowners.
because we don't get notification that they've moved in.
Got it. Okay. So no
And
homeless, no renters.
Alan is online.
Got it. I see him now.
So we
And,
can identify at 7:52 PM, Alan Nelson has joined the meeting,
awesome. Thank you.
and you now have quorum.
Yay, we have quorum. All right. So, I was asked the question earlier, did we ever get confirmation, Linda, for the residential welcome letter? If our youth representative was going to be able to tackle that task, or do we need to relook at that?
I have all the
Oh.
papers. Everything is
Oh
there.
my,
Yes, I
Okay.
have it from Carla, and yes, she's more than willing to do it. But before we can do that, the question was, the information that's here says we meet in public at our location. So
that's right.
we can send this out and perhaps clip on something that says during COVID, we are meeting via Zoom and put that information in, or do a whole new list. We have about 100 of these. So before we do anything, you all need to discuss how you want to handle that.
Great. That's great. It makes sense just for simplicity's sake is to just create a second element to our welcome letter that just
I'm
go that
losing
route.
audio on you, Jeremy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I did note that somehow it's unstable, even though my router is right there. It's really bizarre. So, Is that better now?
Yes.
Right now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, wonderful. So does that sound agreeable to everyone?
I think
And
you need to
Al and
repeat what you said because we
Yeah.
didn't catch it all.
Right.
You didn't
right.
catch it. Okay. Thank you. So I think for simplicity's sake, we add a supplement to our current letter that is going out and letting everybody know that they can connect via Zoom and that everything is being done virtually because of COVID, something to that nature, and craft something that would be that supplement. I think that makes the most sense rather than redoing everything because I know who knows
Okay.
how long that's going to be. So might as well.
Okay, so really what we would like to have is just something stapled onto here saying during COVID that Rec and Parks is going to meet whenever, still an ad hoc meeting, and then put their Zoom information. Emergency preparedness during COVID, we're Zooming at blah, blah, blah. And when
Yes.
they meet. So we can do that fairly easily.
Outreach
That's all that we
and et
need to
cetera.
change.
Oh,
So if that's okay with
Correct.
you
Now, I
all,
think we identified, yeah. I think last time we went over this a little bit in detail. We were reading through, and I think it was recognized that there were some things that do need to get updated on the letter, but we might as well use up the letters that we have. Because I think there's some outdated information in terms of dates and times and who and things like that, and meetings that maybe don't even exist anymore. But I may be incorrect. Linda Schwering?
oh, yeah. Should I take my hand down now? There we go.
Sure.
One of the things that's listed on the second page of the letter is a listing for the committees and what they do. And I tried to print mine out for tonight, which my printer, yeah, it looks like that. My printer pooped out. But anyway, under emergency preparedness, it states, besides the emergency bins, holds a yearly disaster, whatever it is, I can't read it.
preparedness fair on the last Saturday in September.
Okay, that is incorrect. And I was hoping that either Linda Pruitt or Sandy Joseph might be able to send you an update correction on that this evening, because obviously emergency preparedness does not hold a fair in September, and that needs to be amended before, before this is printed out. That's my comment.
So do you want these all reprinted? Is that what your request is?
Excuse me. No, what I'm saying is that that's totally incorrect. And I don't know where the information came from originally, but it's incorrect. And if we're sending it out to people in the community and new people, it's not accurate. So I don't know. The masters for all of these letters have already been made. I don't know if you have lots of them that have been already printed and they're just sitting waiting for mailing, or.
As I said just previously, we have about 90 of these left before we need to print them.
Yeah. Why don't we do this? Let's take some notes for what we need to update when we're ready to reprint and make all those tweaks. I don't think people are sitting on the edge of their seats going, when is the next, emergency preparedness fair, and where can I get all the information? I think people glance over it and it's just like, oh, that's cool. That's interesting that they do that. But they're not sitting on the edge of their seat waiting for it to happen. So I think we're not going to worry about it for now, but 100%, let's make sure that we have everything up to date and maybe tweak what each of those do. I think if I'm looking at it again, like the RAP said what they've done, but not what they do, where other ones say what they do. So it's kind of interesting that it's not consistent. And so I think last time I went over this, Jim was on and he actually had commented on that as well, that we wanted to make sure that we have everything up to date on here and a little bit more clear. And I think we were going to adjust a couple of things on the left side as well, on that second, on the back page there, that had the contact information, make sure it was very clear.
Correct.
And I think make our website stand out a little bit more.
Yeah, obviously, we are not meeting at Gulf Street Elementary anymore, and that was one of the things we spoke about before. Even if we do an attachment to the letter, the second page where it says welcome to the community does say that we are meeting at Gulf Street Elementary. So
right. Well, that's what the supplement's for. Is
yeah,
for COVID,
people will
everything's
look
off.
at the supplement, right?
True. Quick question on the, well, I guess it's not. Yeah, Danica.
So who has the master file of this?
I believe I do have the original in the in our G Suite.
Okay,
I
and
had
so-
everything from Kristen's account transferred to me, so I have files up the wazoo inside there.
Okay, so to make these little corrections, it's not much to go into the file and just make these little corrections. And it's
Right,
not
and then
really
go to the
much
printer and
to print up 100 or 200 more flyers. And I think if we have everything correct on there, so long as this can get done, say by the next outreach meeting, which it should be feasible to do, then we should do it. Because it would take you just as much time to create a supplement with everybody's Zoom information as it would to just input it onto the file itself. And who is it, Jim, that prints these? Linda Gravani?
It's Pip.
Pip. Okay. I mean, is it really costly to print these?
I don't know how, I can't tell you how much it was in the past,
Gotcha.
but it's on slick paper. It's not just regular paper, it's slick paper.
Yeah. Okay.
Because at the time we felt people would go, oh, wow, what is this? And feel the paper and say, let me just browse before I pitch it.
Instead of
it's a heavy,
dumping it.
it's a heavier stock, semi-gloss, full color. So you're probably talking, at least maybe let's say it's 50 cents, 50, 60 cents, 50 or 60 cents per page. And we do 100. So
At
let's
least.
say, yeah.
Well, we have 100 left. It's
we have
about
100
90 left.
Okay.
So is it worth it then to send those out or update it and send out a new one that's correct?
Yeah, I
Current.
think Dan,
I'm sorry, current.
it's got a good
Current.
point. We might as well just update them to be relevant to the current thing, but maybe just only do 100 of them. So we don't need to print a gazillion, and that's probably plenty. It's not like we've got, thousands of people racing to live in Lake Balboa. I don't think there's that much real estate open. So.
And the other thing is you don't want too many in case we're free as a bird tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Linda Schwerin, you had your hand up?
That's true. Well, so then maybe a supplement. Forget what I said.
I wanted to.
I mean,
take my hand out.
a supplement we could do tomorrow and start getting them out. So I say supplement, let's do them tomorrow, get them out. Get them over to the youth representative.
Okay, well, we've got quorum. We can vote on it and, as long as Linda thinks that or Gravani thinks it's okay for us to just decide and say, let's do it. But I think because if there's a cost, we still have to vote for it this coming in March for our board meeting to be able to vote on the funding for it, and then we can go print it, correct?
I think the funding has already been voted on in the past for office printing.
Mhm.
As
Oh.
long as we don't go over.
I move LBNC Outreach Committee approve sending a supplemental sheet in our welcome letters with the necessary Zoom information during our COVID quarantine.
Second.
Okay, hang on a sec. I need to read it. Oh, you're recording this, so I can access a recording, can I?
That is true. It
I
is
love
being
that.
recorded.
Love that. Okay,
Okay,
so, okay, we'll vote. Pisanik,
yes.
Schwerin,
No,
Middleton is a yes. Alan Nelson,
Gotta unmute yourself. I think you pushed 9,
Asterisk 9.
asterisk 9.
Alan, where are you?
He just hung up accidentally.
okay, so
Okay.
Alan left, so then,
So we don't have a quorum.
no, so vote not taken since we no longer have quorum.
That is correct. Okay,
May I make a comment with regard to the motion?
Mhm.
sure.
Okay. My reason for voting no was not because I am against it, but because I feel that nothing will happen until probably sometime late in March. And I felt that it would be better to have it voted on to have something updated and accurate rather than print extras and send out in a supplement with the original. That was my thought.
Well, low budget cost, we could print out like 50 of these things of just this quick supplement. We could decide on what the wording and what the information is that's on that supplement and easily just send it to print. And since we already have permission for the funding for it, just print it up and be done. And this could be done starting Monday. So that could happen more quickly versus revising the entire welcome letter as it is, which if we're going to make one change, might as well make all the changes, and that might be a little bit more involved. So that's the reason we were going that way, and I think that makes more sense. And so I would
Okay.
agree on Nick on this. Well, let's see if you know what? I think we got. I just got Alan's back on. Alan, if you press *9, don't hang up. Don't hit the end button, but hit *9. It should unmute you. And I will send a request to unmute, and I think it automatically tells you to push a button. Hopefully you can hear me. If you push the right button, we'll hear you too. Amazingly, I have a 5-year-old that knows how to push all the right buttons when it comes to me.
Me too.
Well, this is very slow moving today. Alan, hey, there you go.
Yeah, you gave me the wrong number. It's *6, not 9.
Ah, okay, *6. Got it. Well, congratulations, you're on. So we were voting on yes or no. Were you able to hear the full motion?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
And my vote is yes.
okay.
Okay, so the motion passes.
Okay. So I guess our next step is to make sure that we have all the right information that is going to be in the supplemental letter. Do we want to just keep it really simple and say, please note, like at the top of it, please note this is, because of COVID-19, everything is being handled virtually. Below, you'll find all of the Zoom information for the various board meetings and committee meetings. Something like that, like just that, and then just have the list, and that's it. Does
Mhm.
that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. Let's do that. In terms of action, so that it actually gets done, who do we send that to make it happen? Or can I just write up the letter, and who do I send it to?
It would need to be, it needs to go to Pip for printing. And
Okay.
Jim Stein has the credit card. He's the treasurer, so he would be able to pay for it. You can pass it around to your committee members to say, hey, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Mhm.
Okay.
Somebody else to look at it before it actually goes out so that it is accurate
Yeah.
and correct. And
Yeah, proofing is always good.
there's no problem with that. And then it goes to Pip, and then Jim Stein pays for it.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
All right, done deal. We'll have that, and then hopefully we can have that printed on Monday. Linda Schwerin.
Okay, question. With regard, this is going to get printed, so it can be a supplement. But in the meantime, what action are we going to take to notify committee heads again that they need to review this letter and make updates or corrections to the information on the reverse of that page? Because if we're going to update this and ultimately print it again as a modern version, we want it to be correct, right?
Right. But again, this is going to be really simplistic, just making sure we have all the right Zoom information is really going to be the important technical detail. And
Oh,
it's
yeah,
going to be
yeah,
just
I know.
real basic worded. But yeah, I think it'll be just plenty enough if there's any like, hey, there's a typo here, or hey, just say it this way, change these two words. That can be done, and just to hit a reply directly to me in an email. And I think that's
Oh,
fine.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying. Are we not hoping that ultimately we will have an updated letter that will have page 2 reverse information on all the committees, and it will be updated and correct? That was my question. Are you going to remind committee chairs that they need to look at this and get back to you and send you a confirmation that what's on this letter is either correct, or make an adjustment and then send it back to committee?
That's a fair
Linda?
question.
Yeah, which one?
Linda, I want you to know that the information on emergency preparedness was prepared by Linda Pruitt.
Yes, but it needs to, Alan, it needs to be adjusted because it's incorrect, and we haven't heard from Linda. So we'll have to review that with the
Well,
EP
this was
committee.
before the COVID problem.
Well, yeah. But there may be information on other committees. I'm certainly not, what do you want to call it? What's the proper term here? I'm not qualified to make any comments about what is correct or not on our other LB and C committees, but I am personally aware of what's going on with EP. So that was the reason I said, we've got other things going on. Shall we advise these chairs again, review this, look at it, give them a date and tell them you want their response, because we're gonna print it and send it out soon.
And Jeremy, if I were you, I would give them a date to have their revisions in. You have to give
Me-
people a
That's a
deadline, otherwise
very
it
good
takes
point.
forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Otherwise, we all have a tendency to walk fast but drag our feet.
Okay, all in caps, due by. uh, let's see. Well, the general welcome letter we'll worry about by March, sometime
yeah.
for next March, for our next outreach meeting, and just kind of firm everything up. But for now, we're just doing that supplement to just add in what we have currently. And so we're done with that. So I'll just do due by, I'll say March 15th. I think that'll be fair enough. Something like that. All right, I'll send that out shortly. Oh, real quick, while we have quorum and Alan is on, let's make sure, does everybody have the minutes in front of them? And does anybody have any changes or anything so that we can have those approved?
I'm sorry, I do not.
Okay, let me, I've got those minutes here. Let me pop it open. And I will,
Oh, how did I get that? Yes.
I will share this here for us so that way we are on the same page. And screen share.
Jeremy, we have a hand raised from the attendees.
Oh, let me grab them. Um, hang on just a second here. All right.
I wanted to talk to number 5. Sorry.
So, oh, for number 5. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Give us just a minute. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Thank you. All right. So can everybody see the minutes from last month?
Part of them.
Trying desperately to try to keep up with this, and or should I just table or put this aside for next month, and we'll just catch up for it later, since not everybody's up to date on it. I thought it went out to everybody, but
I never saw it.
you never saw it.
No, I never did.
I realized when
I initially I initially sent the version out, like, I think, I don't know, I'll re-email the email to you, but when I sent it out, the draft out, I sent it to all the committee members. I'll double check and make sure you were on there, Linda, okay?
Thank you, my dear.
Got it. All right. Let's just
Well, that's a lot. I don't know, my eyes are not that good tonight.
yeah, no, that's a lot. Fred. I don't want to, just for the sake of time, we'll move on, and we'll table that for next month, and we'll catch up to it. But I'm trying really hard to see if I can keep up with the minutes, since we had to do 6 months worth last time. So
Okay, I made a note. I'll watch and I'll look. Danica, I'll look.
all right, very good. All right, next item is and I'm gonna put aside the business one for the time being, mostly because I don't know how we're going to be able to move forward on it yet. Although that seems to be coming together. but let me make sure I've got all my ducks in a row before we spend a lot of.
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking of.
So
Me either.
we created a welcome letter for the businesses in Lake Balboa. And so the business welcome letter, we kind of crafted something, we voted on it, we agreed to it. We were going to start making that happen. I think we already have it all in place. But I think there was some questions that came up, and we were going to kind of go back on the draft and revise a couple of components to it. And originally I was going to go over that tonight, but just because time is getting late, I'm going to just push that off till next month, so we can go into a little bit detail. And I'm trying to wait for some additional information in terms of making it so that we can seamlessly get these letters out to the businesses that are coming into Lake Balboa. And so I want to dial that in, and then I can present that information next month. So I'll table that as well. So next on the list was regarding update on the changes to the website. And I think our, let me get the comment from our caller. Go ahead. Go ahead, caller. You want to unmute yourself? I think you mentioned that you had a comment for number 5.
I was reading your website. It's very fast, but you need to make sure whoever writes, they make sure they have at least a high school education on their grammar. I found several grammar mistakes in which someone without a high school education would make. So you need to do something called contact management and content development. That means someone with a grammar high school education, and stop using prepositional phrases and one misspelling that I caught. Punctuation is very important, but you could just redo the website, and I might just get my red pen out and correct it and send it to all 99 councils to show who doesn't know how to do their website, contact management and grammar. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And feel free, if you would like to send a list of those items to be corrected, we would greatly appreciate it. You can send that to outreach@lakebalboanc.org. And that will get to the right people so that we can get that updated. So I appreciate your comment. Thank you so much. In regards to the website, there are a few different things that we have identified that we do need to update and keep up to date on. One of the things that I am trying to coordinate, and I'll be doing this with Aaron, is to make sure that both our agendas and our minutes are added to the website. Technically, that's supposed to be public record. And so if we're not publishing our minutes anywhere, we're technically, I think, in violation of the rules. I think that's supposed to be something that's published publicly. So I don't know at what particular rule, but I think I came across something of that sort. And so I think that it was important that our stakeholders know what's going on with everything at a glance. So I'm trying to connect with everyone, and this is really important in regards to the website. So when you publish your agenda for your committee meeting, you always need to carbon copy Aaron Devandry, and when you do that, typically the same day that you do that, or within 24 hours, he's got it uploaded on the website, and he'll have that posted. He's been really, really good at that. But I note that most of the committees forget to get that uploaded. So, and then the minutes I think are behind as well on most of us. And so I want to make sure that we get all that squared away. Linda Schwering?
Yeah. Am I correct that Aaron Devandry takes all the postings and he does that in like a PDF file?
all the postings. What do you mean?
for agendas and minutes.
They're
I
submitted as a
forward,
PDF. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Danica.
I forward the board meeting minutes in a PDF file to him.
They go in PDF.
Mhm.
Okay. And so if it's multiple, here, maybe Danica can answer if somebody else doesn't. I have multiple pages I need to do for emergency preparedness. I can ask Aaron, but if anybody knows, you tell me, to do each one individually and do it as a zip file, or just try to do everything individually and send it to Aaron.
Well, each month minutes should have its own file. So you should have January, you know,
Right,
for
right.
instance, January, 01, 07, 21. Emergency preparedness minutes approved.
Yes, but can the individual files be put into a zip PDF?
Yeah, he can,
Just
I'm
send-
sure he can say, yeah.
Yeah, he'll unzip it. And,
When
yeah,
he
yeah.
receives it, he'll unzip it and he'll upload it.
He's a lot smarter than me. So, okay, fine. Thank you. Got it.
Linda Gravani?
May I recommend, when we have our LBNC meeting, that you advise all the chairs to upload their minutes and upload their agenda?
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Because at the
Yes.
moment, there's only one chair here. And that be
Good point.
you.
That's a good point. Good point. So, but anyway, okay. I'll, in mine, I do my update.
And
When I do the
Jeremy,
outreach update,
Jeremy, you can ask them to CC you when they send it to Aaron, so that way at least you know who sent it and who hasn't. So you know
There we
who
go.
to bug. Because then,
Got it.
after a few months, you'll know who you need to be on top of.
Got it.
Right.
Got it. Excellent. I do have an admission regarding the website. I still need to sit and video myself doing a quick little plug for the outreach committee. And I haven't done that. Of course, I've also been trying to do that for my own business. Haven't gotten much luck. I just got to set the darn camera up and do the video. And so I apologize that I haven't done that yet, but that shouldn't be a reason why everybody else's shouldn't be uploaded. So I think I'm just going to get it done, and we'll get those squared away. So we'll actually have those videos that were done a while back, over a year ago, posted on the website. I do have all the list of updates and some of the different accomplishments that are out there. Some have sent me updates in terms of some various information. And so we do have quite a bit. And so probably over the next week or so, Aaron probably get a lot of these updates done. And finally, our website's going to be at least closer up to date, as well as having the list of former board members and all of those. So all those little tweaks that we had discussed previously, we're finally getting it all together.
Do we have a target date?
My goal is to, what did because I had put together an email that I was trying to make sure I had everything done. I actually had thought I had sent it off like last week, and I realized it was still sitting in my drafts when I looked at it today. So, but I didn't hit the send button when I saw that, because I did want to make one last update and have our discussion tonight in case there was anything I had missed, so I can send it to them all at once. But I do have the complete list done. So I'm going to probably send it off tonight. And then I will, in the email, I'll go ahead and just add, hey, give just a broad ETA, no rush, but give us an ETA of when you think this can all be accomplished. And so that way and I'll just shoot off an email, just letting everybody know, hey, this is happening by such and such date. So maybe even by our next board meeting, Yay. So, all right. Danica, did you have any updates on the Lake Balboa Neighborhood Council sign?
No, I do not.
No. Okay. All right.
To let you know, I got a long email from Jonah this week, and he didn't mention anything about the sign.
Okay.
He did say that he managed to get rid of the homeless camp on Haskell, and he is ordering a cleanup for the murals, getting all the trash done, and perhaps doing another coating of the anti-graffiti and make it look new again.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was just driving down that way. That's my route. I go out that little side street, the one-way thing out from Haynes onto Haskell, and I see all the mural and often if I'm up at Van Noen, there's all those homeless encampments and everything. And I did notice that a lot of that had been cleared out and a lot of that updated. So, but I did note that the murals were starting to fade a little and not as shiny and bright. So that's good to know. Our caller has his hand up. Go ahead.
My gender identity is he, she, they. You called me Mister. You're supposed to be a diversity. Why did you call me he? That hurts me. Why did you do that? I'm going to write to Dunn and the city mayor's office, and you hurt me. You refuse to call me my gender identity. I'm leaving.
I don't know that. I don't understand.
Well,
Really?
it says call in user 1, so I would have no idea. And you sounded like a man. Sorry. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Alrighty. Gary Parker. Go ahead. Oops, let me let you talk.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you, friend. First time joining. Thank you for what you're doing with our neighborhood. Question regarding our mural right there on Haskell. I remember it was painted by some of the students from the high school down the street. Maybe about 2014, 2015. Any plans? Are they planning to touch it up at any time soon?
That is a good question. I don't know.
And that would be under public comment. It's not on the agenda.
Aye, okay.
Gary,
Sorry.
just so you know, we appreciate all comments and Linda Gravani, who's our board president, is correct. We can't comment on that, but it doesn't mean that we don't listen and that it's not important, but just from legal purposes, the Brown Act prevents us from being able to have a discussion regarding public comment. So but thank you for your comment.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Perhaps this is something that the gentleman might want to address if he wants to bring it up at the next neighborhood council meeting.
There we go. All right. I believe we've covered everything that is on our agenda, and I will say that we are good to go, and we managed to pull all this off in 45 minutes. What a deal!
Super duper.
So, thank you all for joining in. Alan, so glad that you could be here. I'm glad that we were able to get quorum and at least get some of these things accomplished. I will send off that supplemental letter for myself. I will have that for probably by Monday. I will have it by Monday for sure. And I will send it out to everyone just for a second pair of eyes so that we can have that, make sure that's good to go. And then I'll send it off to Jim Stein and we'll get over to Pip and get it printed and go from there. And just circling back around, Linda, did you say our youth representative is stuffing our letters and is going to do that for us?
Yes,
Fantastic. Okay, wonderful. So we got something accomplished. Yay. All right. All right. Well, thank you all for being here tonight. So appreciate all of you. And thank you for your patience with me. Move it along and look forward to seeing you all on the Zoom coming up in just the next week here. And for all of our guests, our general board meeting, which meets on the first Wednesday of every month, at 7 p.m. is on Zoom. You can go to the Lake Balboa Neighborhood Council website, which is lakebalboanc.org, and you can get all the information right there. It does have our Zoom information to be able to click onto that and be able to join on the call. And it's a great way to be able to get a full picture of everything that's going on in Lake Balboa and some of the different some of our officials that are on. Great resource for you. So definitely encourage you to be able to be on that call. If there's one call to be on, that's the one. But also absolutely love to have you here on the various committees. So thank you so much. And with that, I say adieu.
Good night.
bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.